It's official, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Yes, we are back for season 2 of Gridiron Kicks as week 1 of the NFL season commenced this past Sunday, Monday, and last Thursday. It's really an all-week thing with the NFL. But without further ado, I'm your man, Pierce Simpson, here to provide you with another edition of Gridiron Kicks. Now, in today's episode, we'll provide you with some brief storylines, along with our customary starting 11, which features the best 11 kicks seen throughout the NFL, along with our throwback player of the week, take a look at some college storylines, and I'll provide you with some quick hits. So without further ado, let's get started on the week 1 edition of Gridiron Kicks. Now, as I mentioned previously, week 1 of the NFL season started last Thursday in a matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. With Tom Brady recently adjudicated of his suspension, he would throw a bevy of touchdowns, including 3 to Rob Gronkowski. We saw some stellar models included by Antonio Brown, Marcus Wheaton, and Tom Brady, who wore Under Armour prototype, as he's an Under Armour sponsored athlete. In addition to those games, we had our customary Sunday games, which featured 2 new Under Armour athletes that include Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo and Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. Romo will lead a game-winning drive against the New York Giants, rocking the Under Armour Nitro Spine model. The Seattle Seahawks will fall short to the St. Louis Rams, as Russell Wilson would don the Under Armour Spine Fierce during week 1's matchups. Also included within our storylines is a couple of new Jordan brand endorsers, including Joe Hayden and Alshon Jeffrey. Although Joe Hayden did not rock his Jordan model during week 1 matchup against the New York Jets, Alshon Jeffrey laced up a nice Air Jordan 7 PE, as he is featured within our starting 11 countdown. And now for our starting 11 countdown, which features the best 11 cleats seen during week 1 of the NFL season. And kicking things off at the number 11 spot is Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant, wearing a low-top Air Jordan 6 in a Cowboys PE. Although he would break his foot during the contest, Dez Bryant continues to show why he's one of the formidable members of our Gridiron Kicks countdown. At our number 10 spot is Calvin Johnson of the Detroit Lions. Although he would have minimal targets during their matchup against the San Diego Chargers, he donned his latest signature model with Nike, incorporating the Detroit Lions PE. Next up on our list is Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons, who wore his Nike PE on Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. Incorporating Falcons red throughout the toe box and black hues throughout the upper, Matty Ice continues to be a sleeper within our Gridiron Kick starting 11 countdown. At number 8 is Demaryius Thomas of the Denver Broncos. This recent Under Armour signee laced up what seems to be a one-on-one custom, well, PE for that matter, of the Under Armour Nitro silhouette, incorporating a Denver Broncos PE throughout of orange and navy blue. At number 7 is Mike Wallace of the Minnesota Vikings. During Monday night's matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, he had an incredible idea of the Nike Vapor Untouchable silhouette that incorporated black and gold aesthetic. At number 6 is Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. He tore up the first game on Monday night, rocking the Under Armour Mercenary 3. Incorporating red and black hues throughout, Julio would catch 9 passes for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. At number 5 is Alshon Jeffrey of the Chicago Bears. This recently signed Jordan brand athlete rocked the Air Jordan 7 PE during week 1's matchup against the Green Bay Packers. At number 4 is Rashad Jones of the Miami Dolphins. And this happens to be our first custom of 2015, as Soles by Sir laced up the Miami Dolphins safety with the 101 model of the Nike Mercurial Superfly. And now for our top 3 within our starting 11 countdown, we take things back to DC as Deshaun Jackson of the Washington Redskins laced up this Nike Huarache custom, incorporating Redskins aesthetic throughout the upper. Although he would be hurt with the hamstring injury and sidelined for 3 to 4 weeks, Deshaun Jackson had a remarkable week 1 as far as style. Now at the number 2 spot is Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Mohamed Sanu, who laced up this custom model of the Nike Alpha Shark that incorporated the Cincinnati Bengals logo along the side panel. Incredible, to say the least. Now at the number 1 spot is Killer Cam Newton of the Carolina Panthers, who laced up 2 models during his week 1 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Although one model was strictly worn during pregame, it commemorated 9/11 and incorporated red, white, and blue along with stars throughout the silhouette. And during the game, Cam would lace up a Carolina Panthers PE of his latest Under Armour signature model, the C1N line. Now during this season of Gridiron Kicks, we also want to highlight some colleges that incorporate some stellar models as well, such as Nike, who hit it off really big this week as the primetime matchup between Michigan State and Oregon provided a variety of different distinct Nike silhouettes during that game, particularly the Nike Vapor Untouchable. It's also fitting that Oklahoma had a comeback victory against the Tennessee Volunteers, both Nike schools, with Tennessee being a recent addition. And now for our throwback of the week. With Dez Bryant suffering a broken bone in his foot, Sid Ashford and I started thinking, remember when Terrell Owens broke his leg and came back a few weeks later to have a remarkable performance against the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, all while rocking the Air Jordan 13? If you don't remember, check this out from 2005. And now for our final segment of Gridiron Kicks, we have our quick hits for that matter. And I got two in particular. Starting things off, be on the lookout for the Miami Hurricanes and Nebraska Cornhuskers meeting up in Miami this weekend. It's also fitting that Souls by Sir and Mosh 275 are creating custom kicks for the Adidas-sponsored schools. You can see our full-length article on the site right now, in which I detailed the history. And on Wednesday, we'll have a one-on-one interview with Mosh, along with the interview of Souls by Sir this upcoming week on Friday, as you can check out here on nicekicks.com. And now for our last quick hit, it seems as though the Jordan brand had a tough weekend. With the new addition of Joe Hayden, who didn't rock the Air Jordan 7 as particularly suggested earlier in the week, we saw Des Bryant break a bone in his foot, along with Charles Woodson suffer a dislocated shoulder during week 1 action. It's a tough thing, but hopefully the Jordan brand will bounce back. In celebration of season 2 of Gridiron Kicks kicking off, we want to see your footwear. So hashtag Gridiron Kicks on Instagram, and you may be featured within the next episode of Gridiron Kicks, showcasing your favorite footwear to sport on the field. But until next week, I'm your man Pierce Simpson signing out for another edition of Gridiron Kicks. As always, thank you for tuning in.